YouTube, what's the word, man? It is LST Core. I am back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about the hot topic of tariffs for your clothing brand, how tariffs are going to impact you, what the current tariff rates are as of today, and then what we need to be doing moving forward to adjust to what's currently going on. Okay, my top 3 countries that I'm going to be prioritizing with tariffs, and then if you stay to the end, I'm going to make sure that I show you guys exactly how to find your manufacturers with the current tariff situation going on. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Drop more video ideas and all those things down below, and we're gonna get straight into the video, man. Let's get it. All right, man, so if you're in the clothing space, you know that things have been very questionable lately with the tariff situation going on. So obviously, luckily you guys have me. We're gonna jump right into exactly what you guys need to be paying attention to when it comes to the tariffs, which are obviously going to be the rates on the imports. And then, like I said, my top 3 countries, okay? We're going to start there, and then at the very end, as a treat for all of you that watched the entire video, we're going to go ahead and show you guys exactly how to source your manufacturers. Okay, so effective as of April 5th, okay, there is a 10% universal tariff that has been added. This is going to be excluding Europe and Mexico. Now, how can we, make this make sense? Well, for the countries that we are not adding additional tax to, which I'll go into the countries that are going to have additional tax on top of the 10% tax in a second. We're going to go into them in a second. But for the countries that are not going to have that additional tax, they're just going to have that standard 10% tax. Something that we can do to move around this is we can either see if the manufacturer is obviously willing to bite the cost of that additional tariff, or we can also have them split it. So I take 5%, you take 5%, we both take a hit, but we can still do business and make money, right? So some manufacturers are going to be willing to do that. Other manufacturers might be like, no, man, we already taken a big risk, right? Whatever the case may be, or we already are low on profits, and at that point you have to find a new manufacturer. So that's going to be for the manufacturers that are only having that 10% added. Now, like I said, there are a few countries that are going to have an additional percentage added as well. So let's get into those countries. The first country, as everybody knows, China. Okay, the biggest one of them all right? China is going to have a 54% tax added. And it's actually effective now. There's 54% tariff that's going to be added to all Chinese imports for clothing. Again, I don't know what the percentages are across the board, but for clothing, 54% is currently being added to the import for products. And so that's a large percentage. Obviously, that is a large jump in cost. Again, if you are already getting good prices for your products and you have really great profit margins, then you might be able to take the hit and also, like I said, mitigate the risk with the manufacturer. It's something that you need to discuss. It's something that you need to highly consider, and you need to definitely start to explore your options if you are only utilizing China as your main manufacturer source. Next is going to be the European Union. This is going to be a 20% tax or a 20% tariff added to the European Union. A lot of our production is not happening in that sector of the world, so we should be okay for the most part. All right, but nonetheless, if you are getting things done in that part of the world, then you definitely again, you need to weigh your options, okay, and make sure that 20% is not going to bite into your profit margins too much. Next is going to be Japan. Okay, next is going to be Japan with a 24% increase in taxation, right, in tariffs. And so Japan, I don't think, again, a lot of people are getting a ton of manufacturing done in Japan. I'm not even 100% sure about the specialties of Japanese created garments. And so if you are getting things done in Japan, make sure that you know there's 24% tax being added to your import. And then Vietnam. Vietnam is a place where we do get manufacturing done, and they're gonna have a 46% increase. And so it seems like, I don't even want to say the name because I don't know if they're gonna shadow ban me, but it seems like that person is targeting us, the clothing brand owners. Why are we being punished? Okay, we get manufacturing done in Vietnam, we get manufacturing done in China, and it looks like these two are going to be taking the largest hit when it comes to the tariffs, right? So now, how do we adjust? How do we adjust? How do we not allow this to ruin our business? Okay, so my top 3 countries right now, with the current situations going on. Number 1 is going to be Portugal. Okay, Portugal is going to be a great option because they're still going to have great quality products. They're also friendly when it comes to MOQs and low quantity orders. Okay, for our small brand owners. Portugal is good for mid to high fashion pieces. So like I said, quality is really good over there. And so they're going to be good for those things. Again, you might pay a little bit of a premium price similar to like China, but nonetheless, you're going to get good products, especially if you are a mid to high fashion streetwear brand. You're gonna definitely get a lot of good products over there in Portugal. And next is gonna be Turkey. Okay, Turkey is gonna be our second option. Turkey is gonna be good for pricing. Okay, it's gonna be very friendly when it comes to pricing. They're also gonna have good turnaround times as well. From the research that I've been doing, Turkey has great turnaround times for their products. And they also have a wide range of different fabrics to work with, right? So you're not going to be limited when it comes to creativity in your designing approach, because they are going to have the ability to create with a lot of different fabrics. So that's going to be huge for our faster fashion streetwear brands that people have. Turkey, if that's one of the things that you want to prioritize at all times, right? Cost-effective goods, fast turnaround times, and making sure that you have versatility. Turkey is going to be a great option for you to look into. And then last but not least, our good friends in Pakistan. Our good friends in Pakistan. Listen, I have nothing against Pakistani manufacturers. I've worked with a couple myself. Some were great, some were terrible. One specific, I got coats. I got coats done from them. I got some, I think like some other like beanies. I got beanies done, right? But I've never really gotten bulk done for like main products, t-shirts, hoodies, because samples that I've gotten back just were not up to par. And so, but like I said, if you find, it's hard to find the great ones, but if you find the great ones, you can get a really good Pakistani manufacturer and build a great relationship with them, and they'll do and serve you exactly how they need to. Now, Pakistan, right? Pakistan is gonna have friendly MOQs, okay? They're gonna have friendly MOQs. So their minimum order quantities are going to be a lot more lenient for our beginning brand owners out there. Another thing is their cost, okay? Their costs for their production is also a lot lower than, China, for sure now. But also the other 2 options, Portugal and Turkey. Okay, and so you're going to save some money when you go with Pakistan. Again, our beginner brand friendly. Okay, and I know a lot of you guys are in that beginning process. So in that instance, Pakistan can be solid. And then lastly with Pakistan, the turnaround times are supposed to be better. Okay, so unless you get one of the Pakistani manufacturers who are, telling you the lies and giving you the runaround, for the most part, it should be a faster turnaround time when it comes to production. And communication is a lot better as well, right? Trying to communicate with a Chinese manufacturer that speaks Mandarin as their main language is sometimes very hard. You can't really speak to them much. A lot of it is being done through text. With our Pakistani manufacturers, you can actually get on calls with them and talk to them, and it's pretty fluent communication. So those are going to be our pros for these 3 countries, okay? Like I said, Portugal, Turkey, and Pakistan are going to be the top 3 right now as we sort things out with China. As I discover new ones, I also make sure that I provide those to you all as well. I've also heard about Mexico as well. I'm going to be doing some research and looking into Mexico more too, because the prices seem like they will be pretty good. I've also heard about Mexico as well. I'm going to be doing some research and looking into Mexico more too, because the prices seem like they will be pretty good. And so we're going to see what goods are good for Mexico and kind of take a look into that. Now, the biggest question, how do I find these manufacturers? Where do I go to find all of these manufacturers that you were talking about? I'm about to show you guys exactly how to find the manufacturers, okay? All right, so yes, we are still going to be utilizing Alibaba. Okay, everybody think that all this is going on. I can't use Alibaba anymore. Yes, you can use Alibaba. All right, we're still going to be using Alibaba. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to use Alibaba to find the specific countries that we need. So let's type in t-shirts. Okay, so on the left sidebar, you're going to see that you can have filters, right? So the first filter that we're going to click is going to be trade assurance. Second filter is going to be 4.5 and up. And then last filter is going to be under supplier country region. We got Bangladesh, okay? We have India, we have Pakistan, we have Thailand, we have Turkey, we have United States, we have Vietnam. All right, so you guys can now come here and filter out for these different countries. All right, and then search the manufacturers. You're going to use the exact same criteria that you would use when reaching out to a Chinese manufacturer. You want to make sure that you pay attention to the years of experience. They need over 3 years of experience. They need over a 4.5 rating, and they need a 50-piece MOQ or lower. Okay, as long as they have that, we can reach out to them. We can book a call with them. We can speak with them, and then we can see if they're going to be beneficial for manufacturing. Okay, so just as easy as that, right? Make sure you put your filters in. Make sure you verify all the details the same way you would do any other manufacturer. And if things looks good, you book that call, you tour their facility, you still get the insight on what's going on with their operations. And if you get a good vibe, order that sample, see what things look like, get visuals of work that they've done for other brands, compare it, look at quality. If things look good, order that sample and see what it looks like and go from there. Okay, so still use Alibaba. Why would I still use Alibaba? Because you want to make sure that your money is secure. And for a lot of you guys that are just starting out, I know that you're starting on smaller budgets. So I want to make sure that I'm pointing you guys in a direction where I'm not making you like risk your money. If you go and do it on Alibaba, you can get your money back if all else fails. If you go spend money and it's not, it doesn't come to your benefit, you can get a refund. You can go file a Alibaba dispute and instantly you'll get your money back. If they notice that you didn't get your product or the product didn't come out how it was supposed to, you get the money back. Smartest to stay on Alibaba. If you want to take more of a risk, you can go through actual websites of manufacturers themselves, but at that point your money is it's in the air as far as whether you get a good product or not and where it goes from there. Okay, so those are my tips, man, when it comes to tariffs. Like I said, I am still currently studying and researching myself, but as I research, find information, I want to be able to give that information to you all. So if you found this video helpful, make sure you guys like, comment, more video ideas, and also subscribe, man, so you guys can stay tuned to what I have coming up as far as new tips and tricks to adapt to the current situation and adapt to any situation in the brand space. My goal is to essentially be able to bridge the gap of information for you guys from my situations and also my peers' situations, so we can assist everybody in growing and adjusting to the current and future situations in the market. I appreciate you for watching. If you watched the entire video, I appreciate you. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video, and y'all keep working, man. Let's get it.
I know how this shit feel when somebody laugh at your dream, and I know how it feel when you're back to the wall and it's only yourself on the team.